Oh my god, is this even real? I can't even believe that that's real. You know, I'll never use my phone anymore. That's an outdated old piece of trash. Well, since the Apple Vision Pro costs over $3,500, I wouldn't be able to afford it, really. Ha, brokey. You're broke, you don't got the money. I mean, this thing is all I need in my day-to-day life. Well, if it's that great, why don't you take a picture so we could document this amazing moment of re-establishing the new age of technology? Huh, you think a $3,500 device wouldn't be able to take pictures? Let's do it. Well, okay. Let me just and then we'll eventually. Oh, wow. I got robbed. Look, I don't think that phones are gonna be replaced anytime soon. I'm talking about the regular common smartphone. It's just so convenient. Now, we all have seen the craziness with the Apple Vision Pro, with the VR headsets and everything. And now, because Apple went into that field, everyone is gonna assume that, oh, Apple was the first company to create a VR, but actually the first VR was the Google Cardboard, if we're gonna get technical about it, right? Quote unquote, because you had like a cardboard with two lenses and whatever, and then you could just slide your phone in and then you could, oh, VR or whatever. But Apple was not the one to start making VRs. It was actually Google. Apple was the first one to pave the way and pour in a bunch of that money into researching and enhancing those computers, processors, sensors, cameras, etc. to make it feel as if you're wearing a goggle, a see-through goggle to the real world. Now, I haven't tried it personally, obviously, for $35,000. Come on, $3,500. It's a lot of money. And now the other tech YouTubers that got to actually try the thing were like, okay, yeah, it doesn't feel quite like the real world yet, but it's the best VR headset you could ever buy. And yes, it is. And in my opinion, it's a rich man's toy. Let's be real. Am I too crazy? Probably not. But this rich man's toy is extremely complex, right? You got all of these cameras and all these sensors, and you can't even take a picture. Now, I understand it could be weird. It could be like, how would you hold it? And I mean, it wouldn't really be weird because the outside display that would, show your eyes, quote unquote, it doesn't show your eyes. It's terrible, let me tell you guys. Would be like a good preview, and then you would like hold the headset like that, and then you would like see like a preview of the camera, and then you would just take a picture with yourself or a group picture, etc. It's doable, it's possible to do it, but who would hold their VR headset like this? And it's gonna look weird and awkward, and using your phone is gonna be much easier. Nothing will be, at least in the current 20 years, nothing will be holding out a phone from your pocket, taking a picture, sending a real text, snapping a picture real quick, a bird before it flies, snapping a picture real quick. Nothing will beat that convenience, right? And we all got bored, including me personally. And if you haven't seen my video on how phones are being super, super boring, I'll leave that in the comments and at the end of the video, so make sure you watch it. But because of that, companies have had so much pressure to innovate, create something. What is it that is gonna replace the common smartphone? And everybody started working, doing this, doing that. And now we got the foldables. Now the foldables are phones that fold up or fold down. And the idea of having a foldable is super, super cool because it doesn't neglect or remove the features that you need in your day-to-day phone. It doesn't remove the convenience of keeping it in your pocket, but actually make it more convenient with the Z Flips and the phones that flip, actually making it more convenient and more compact to keep it in your, not just your pocket, but in any sleeve that would hold this teeny tiny square. Now, foldables have made phones even more convenient and more accessible. Now, in your opinion, what do you think? Do you think the VR is going to be the future and we're not going to use phones anymore? I don't think so. I think foldables are going to be the future because you have a form factor that you could shape in whatever way you like. If you need a bigger display, you get the regular Z Folds. If you want a smaller phone, you get the the Z Flip, the Moto Z Flip, or the Samsung Z Flips, you'll get options. Now, Apple is smart. They dropped this $3,500 headset. So when they announce their $800, $700, $1,000 headset, and they're gonna be like,
hey, we know that you cannot afford this flagship of a VR, so we're gonna give you a budget option.
Just like what they did with the first generation of the iPhone SE. Do you guys remember? That had the internals and the chipset of the iPhone 6s for a smaller price and a smaller size. And it sold like crazy because people had tendencies to use small phones and they wanted a cut on the price, right? They don't want to pay the full price for a flagship. No, they want to pay $399, which that is the price that Apple priced the iPhone SE at. Now the current SE is trash. Don't buy it. It's a bad phone for the money. But again, back to the Vision Pro. It's the Pro version, right? So we could have the Apple Vision without the Pro for like $700-800 or whatever, and it's gonna sell like crazy because consumers have seen the Apple Vision Pro. They're like, oh my god, I want to put my hands on one of these. And the nearest experience that they would get is that they could drive to the nearest Apple store and just put it on, and they can't take it home. They can't afford it. But if you have this $700 VR from Apple, you're gonna be extremely happy with it, and it's gonna sell like crazy. And that was it for me in this video. Again, make sure to leave all of your thoughts in the comments below. Do you actually think that VR headsets are gonna be the future and that they're gonna replace the common smartphone? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below, and if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. It would help the channel a lot, and it's good for the algorithm. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter. All the links are going to be in the description. All the links are going to be down there in the description. And as always, I'll see you in the very next video.